I'm Cece and welcome to another episode of Pet Central. This week we have Pokemon Go news, a cooling cat dish, and so much more. Stay tuned. Unless you've been living under a rock, you have to admit that Pokemon Go is definitely a thing and easily the most talked about game on the planet right now. However, a new trend seems to be popping up along with the hit game, which involves pets getting in on the fun of augmented reality. And there is maybe no better example than when a Twitter user, Masai6, seemingly caught his cat staring at a Pokemon Goldeen floating in mid-air. While the first picture shows the cat simply being interested, the second shows him looking a little freaked out. And then, in an amazing third picture, the Goldeen fish Pokemon actually appeared to be looking down at the cat as the two curiously stared at each other. Needless to say, the photos were a hit and have been retweeted over 129,000 times, with comments such as, "Oh my god, the cat can see Goldeen! The fact that it happens to be a fish Pokemon is too much." This is a perfect example of an animal's sixth sense intuition. I bet the kitty thinks it's a tasty looking Pokemon. The last picture with them locking eyes on each other is amazing. Anyhow, let us know if your pet is seeing Pokemon, because this really is some next level stuff. Summer's here and man is it hot. So as we humans do what we can to keep cool, we of course can't forget about our feline friends. So with heat exhaustion being as much of an issue for them as it is for us, a Japanese company has come up with a novel invention to help them stay cool. Behold Marukan's Nayanta Club Cooling Cat Dish, which is made from high-quality aluminium that helps keep your cat cool and regulates their body temperatures by aiding the transfer of heat from the cat to the dish. The dish is 1.25 feet in diameter and can fit cats who are 11 pounds and under. It also features non-slip guards, so your feline friends don't slip, and has some metal cat ears. So yeah, while that does look interesting on paper, I wonder what a cat would actually do if he saw this dish in real life. Well, someone actually purchased and reviewed this product, so let's see what her pictures tell us. Our first picture here shows the cat taking a bit of an interest in the shiny bowl. However, being a cat, two things come into play. One, he thinks the cardboard box the bowl came in is more interesting. And two, he doesn't care what you want or think regarding the cat cooling dish. In fact, the reviewer in question noted that several days passed, and while the cat was quite taken with his lovely new cardboard box, he still could not care less about, let alone get into, the non-slip aluminium bowl. So in order to see if the bowl even worked, the owner herself decided to sit in it and did report feeling somewhat of a cooling sensation. So simply turning on the aircon may be the better way to go in order to keep your cat cool in summer. If anything, this just goes to show what all cat owners know anyways. Cats really do just do their own thing. We've heard of people getting around the law using loopholes before. However, this next story really is something special and gives a new meaning to the words doggy bag. So for this next story, we look at the New York subway, where a law specifically states, no person may bring any animal on or into any conveyance or facility unless enclosed in a container. However, people soon noticed that the law made no mention whatsoever about the specific size of the pet. So in order to travel further with their dogs and to avoid fines, owners have come to some pretty interesting measures in order to transport their pets. This man in question, who was spotted on the subway by a news producer, was carrying his huge fully grown husky in a large tote bag. And his wisdom seems to have caught on, because this man was seen walking towards a subway carrying his dog in a similar fashion. Back on the subway, this gentleman is seen carrying his pooch in what looks like an old gym bag. And finally, we have another dog in a tote bag, simply looking around as him and his owner ride to their destination. So have you ever ridden the subway in New York and seen any owners do this? And what do you think about this novel loophole? Let us know in the comments below. I love getting a fresh haircut. It's a great way to try something new. And while this works for humans, a photographer by the name of Grace Chon thought that it may work for dogs too. So she decided to give a few pooches the makeover of a lifetime for her new photo series titled Harry. For this shoot, a number of dogs were chosen to be groomed using a Japanese grooming style which emphasized cuteness and style over the breed standards cuts. Chon was quoted as saying, "I've always found before and after photos from dog grooming to be really funny. Usually it doesn't even look like it's the same dog in each photo. I had the idea of shooting a photo series that highlighted this extreme transformation. Each dog went way beyond their normal grooming schedule to grow their hair long and shaggy for the shoot. There's something so funny to me about seeing a dog so shaggy that they can't even see. I wanted the after photos to be really extreme by showing a type of cut that's uncommon to most of us here in the United States." All the dogs were groomed by Healthy Spot in LA, who were trained by master groomers from Japan. And all I can say is they look fabulous. And welcome to another session of Ask the Vet, where you get to ask one of our vets a question about your pet. This week's question comes from Spencer Douglas, who asks, "With summer here and being sweltering hot, how can I keep my cat or dog hydrated?"
Don't worry about hydration if your dog and cat are staying in your apartment or your house, as long as you have access at all times to fresh water. Now, in an apartment that's large and perhaps your dog might be a little bit older, it's a good idea to have more than one bowl of water around in the apartment, especially if you've got stairs, because we all get a little lazy sometimes for getting up, and an older dog may not go and drink enough or often enough if he's got to go a little bit further for the water. So just have plenty fresh water. Change it every single day. Make sure they've access to more than one bowl. There are water fountains now available that certainly my animals love them, and they play with the water. It's a bit of environmental enrichment as well for them, and I can recommend that you can put one of these in as well. The foods are also important. If you have your dog or cat on a wet diet, and that means a diet that you make up yourself or it comes out a can, not one of those dry packaged diets that we all buy nowadays for convenience. That diet is mainly water based, as opposed to the dry food diet, which is probably 70 to 80% dry matter. So the diet also affects how much they will drink and the temperature in your apartment. So it's very, very hot, have air conditioners on, have fans on. Animals don't need them as long as, of course, the temperatures don't creep up and up and up. And they will usually, if they're healthy animals, they will know how much to drink during the day, during any time of temperature. And don't worry about it, because they'll probably be absolutely fine.
And that's it for another session of Ask the Vet. If you have a question that you'd like one of our vets to answer, hop onto our Facebook page and leave us a comment with Ask the Vet. And that's it for another episode of Pet Central. To keep up to date with all the latest pet news, make sure you hit subscribe below. Till next time, bye!